Hello, Stampers. Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody is having a good start to your week. As you can see, I've got new goodies. So this is the box, and I opened the lid and took out the bubble wrap and looked over the invoice to make sure that nothing had been back ordered. But I did not look at my goodies. You don't understand how hard it has been because this box came first thing this morning. And I thought, nope, I'm not looking at it. I am waiting to look at it with everybody else. So I just wanted to put up my Stampin' Up shopping page. My name is Jana Williams, and I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator. So if you are a subscriber to my channel, thank you for supporting me by watching my videos. I really appreciate it. And if you're new, I hope that you will hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. This is my May host code. So if you shop with me, please be sure to enter that code in at checkout for any orders under $150. If you spend at least $35 before shipping and taxes, I will send you a thank you gift the following month. But do keep in mind that this month there is a special going on if you sign up and get a starter kit. It's $99 and you get to choose $155 worth of product of your choice. So that is an awesome deal. You would be a member of my Stampin' Pixies team, but there's absolutely no pressure from me. I am here to help you if you want help with anything, but you can totally sign up and get a kit and just be a hobby demonstrator. You don't have to do videos or parties or anything like that. You can just do it for your own shopping discount, and if you don't keep up the quarterly minimums, you simply fall off and just return to being a customer. So it's really easy. And anyway, I just wanted to give you that information. So let me set this aside. I've got a really fun card to do at the end. I'm going to show you all the goodies in my box, and there's not a ton of stuff, but there is some really fun stuff. So I'm just going to start with what's on the top. So this, how cute is this? This is called Measure of Love, and I just love the cupcakes and the little hearts that you can put on top of the bowls. You could cut those little hearts apart. Of course, they fill in right there, or you can stamp those on the white bowl and make a white bowl with red hearts. That would be so cute. But you could use those little hearts to put one on each of the cupcakes. And look at this, it's a two-step stamping, so you don't even have to color in. You can just stamp up those and ink them in with one little stamp, and yeah, it makes it so simple. This is a photopolymer stamp set, and now this is new. Stampin' Up is printing the picture. They're making the cover go to the back, and they've printed the stamp designs in here, so you can pull your stamps off of these carrier sheets and stick them right in there so you can see where they go, and if you have a stamp missing, you'll know that. So I think that's really cool. Okay, so Measure of Love. What is next? Layering diorama dies. These are so cool. Let's open them up and take a look. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Say hello if you want and tell me where you're watching from. Look at these. There's so much you can do with these. I should have brought my catalog back here so I could show you the samples. But, I mean, when I look at this, I see like a lake. But you can use these to cut out and make different depths with the different sizes and have something stamped in so that it's very 3D. Yeah, there's a lot you can do with these. If you've ever made a diorama card, they're really fun to do. And so using these kind of shape stamps like that makes it really easy to achieve that sort of look where they're the same shape and then the different sizes. Hi, Christopher. Okay, what is next? Artistic dies. I might set that aside because that goes with the suite that I got, so I'll save that for when I get more things. Peekaboo Farm. This is so cute, and I got a really cute new die to go with this too. This is also a photopolymer stamp set, so there's those images again in there and the clear stamps. I like that there's little tails too here that you can put peeking up over the wall or however you want to do it. It's got some really fun sayings in a very cute font. They're cutesy stamps, but I like all sorts of stamping genres, however you say that. So I like cutesy, I like artsy, I like floral, I like it all. And so I just thought those were super cute. And let me show you the dies. Where are they at in here? I don't think it was these dies, but maybe it is. Oh yeah, Peekaboo Farm. I was looking for something that said Peekaboo. It's these Picture This dies. And I thought this would be really cool for lots of different things, but in particular for these, you can cut these cute holes. Let me hold it up close so you can see there's stitching around them. And you can have the little critters peeking out from the inside. And there's also rectangles. Now that would be really pretty with some floral images, I think. But you know what you can do with these dies, there's just no number of things. It's never ending. So I think these are really cool. And again, these are called Picture This. But yeah, the sample, one of the samples in the catalog shows these little guys peeking out of the round circle ones. So I thought that would be fun. And I'm one of those weirdo people. I put my stuff back in the packages. I know. Okay. I got a couple of packages of these new paper lattice. There's 10 in the package. And they look like they are laser cut. Pretty cool. And I didn't get the stamp set that they kind of go along with, which is these hanging plants. But you could use these with any sort of floral stamps, I think, and dies. But I thought those were really pretty, so I got those. And then Biggest Wish. This wasn't on my list to begin with, but I happened to have been making a card that I was really wishing I had something in a big font, and I didn't. So I went looking through the catalog and came across this, which I thought was perfect, especially for like birthday. And so you get all of those words in the big font, and then you get them again in this cursive smaller font. So good set. All right. What else? Iconic dies. something a little bit funny about this die set is I didn't even realize that I had ordered these. I had to go back and look at my list a second time to make sure. It's like, did I really order those? What was I thinking? I mean, what popped out about them that made me really want them? And I think it was the toadstools or mushrooms or whatever. There's a big bee in here, which is pretty darn cool. I like the bird, and this branch you could use for lots of the different sets in the catalog that have birds in them. And you can turn that branch, have it coming from either side of your card, which is cool. It's got some nice flowers that are leaves, I'm sorry, that you can layer. So you could cut this one out of one color of green or whatever and layer another color on top, or patterned paper. It's got a really nice fern and a big flower here, and I love that bird too. Very cool. So yeah, I think it was the toadstools in this set that got me, and that's why I decided to get those. Very fun. And there's only a couple more things in my box. Like I said, I didn't get a real big order this time. I have to kind of do it in spurts. So we won't be going on for hours and hours. But I do want to get this back in the package. There it goes. It's because the sticky keeps sticking to it. Okay. So we've got the artistic dies and the artistically inked. This was like a must-have on my list. It is the whole alcohol. If you like alcohol inked, like playing with that and creating those really fun backgrounds with alcohol inks, then you're gonna love this set. It's a red rubber set. It's got sort of this floral here. Of course, you could use that for anything by putting something on top of it there. You could actually put this one on top of that even, but you know, those are meant to be flowers. And I just love that. It's got really nice fonts, and they're all sort of different here. And then there's dies, which we'll look at. And then gorgeous, gorgeous paper. Let's go ahead and look at the dies. I didn't get, what else was there? There was, oh, there was gold pieces. I didn't get those. And something else. So I didn't get the whole entire suite. But yeah, there's some gold things. And I don't do a whole lot of fancy cards with the gold things, so I think that's why I didn't decide to get that. But look at these gorgeous dies. This is so, so pretty. That would be really pretty to die cut out of black paper, I think, and then do something really pretty with this behind it. There's this gorgeous leaf spray here that will be really fun. You could use that with so many different floral images. And that would be pretty cut out with gold too. And then there's dies to cut out these different images here. So that is the die set. I'm really anxious to play with this. And I did get other new items in my pre-order, so that's going to be a few videos back if you wanted to go back and see any of that new stuff. And I won't put you through the pain of putting that through the cellophane, but I do want to open up this paper because it's so gorgeous. I'm hoping that when I get the cellophane off of here that you can see the gold in this. So this paper is called Expressions in Ink. So there's a lot of gold in here. Now let me hold this up and see if the light will catch that. Yeah, it is. You can see that gold. Oh, it's got to come out so we can look at the backs. So there's that whole alcohol ink sort of effect there. That is so gorgeous. Oopsie. And then this one has the gold veining in it. So pretty. Let me move these things out of the way. And there is the back. Oh, I love that. So feminine looking and pretty. There's the back. And this one's got the gold in it. Pretty. And there's that one. And a gold stripe. And that has the gold color there. Beautiful papers. These are the kind of papers that you kind of tend to want to hoard. Don't hoard them, use them. Okay, so that is my little haul. Let me move this out of the way and we'll get started. All right. So I am totally casing a card by a demonstrator from the UK, Martin Stone, and I will link his YouTube channel in the description when I post this video. But you can find him here just by putting in the @ and Martin, M-A-R-T-I-N, Stone, S-T-O-N-E. And I did ask his permission to recreate his card. I did change up a couple of the papers and used a little Wink of Stella, but other than that, the card is just as he made it. Of course, he measured in centimeters. Isn't that what they measure in? I don't know. And I'm doing inches. But I did make it a top fold card, like that's what he did. And he said sometimes that he hears those referred to as a hamburger card, which I thought was funny. I've never heard that. And I'm using the really cute new Party Puffins stamp set. So I have already die cut most of everything that I needed die cut. I used, let me pull this thing out. I used, you're going to need 3 of these stars, and I cut these out of Daffodil Delight, and this is the from the Stitched Stars dies. And these are the these are the second to the smallest size. And then you'll need 3 that are cut out of white, and these are the third to the smallest size of the dies. And then 2 layering circles, and the circles are the second and third smallest straight edge circles in that set. So you'll need those. And then the card measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's 11 inches, and then folded at 5 1/2 and 4 1/4 wide. And then I have this piece, and I'll measure it for you because I did this layer just a little bit smaller than typically our second layer is. And so it is 3 7/8 inches wide and 5 1/8 inches long. And then these pieces I cut, oh, let me show you the paper. So I used papers from this new pack, which is called Pattern Party Designer, and you get 48 sheets in this. It's a huge pack of paper, and it's all sorts of gorgeous patterns in color on one side and then in black and white on the other. There's even a gorgeous gingham in here, and polka dots and stripes and flowers and all kinds of fun stuff. So those are the papers I used. And then I cut these two pieces with the rectangle, stitched rectangle dies. And I used the 5th and 6th sizes down from the biggest. So the 5th and 6th sizes down from the largest die, just so you know what sizes I used. And then I've got a strip here to do my greeting on, and I've already brushed it with my powder stuff because I'm going to be doing some embossing. And I have a scrap piece here to stamp the puffin on. So let's get stamping. I'm just going to stamp him in Memento Black. I wanted to do all those other things ahead of time since I was having my little haul that I wanted to show you, and also making a card. I didn't want the video to drag on forever, especially when it's like dinner time for a lot of people. All right, so I'm just going to stamp him here on this piece of white. Oh, and I did cut the base card out of the thick white, and then the next layer was just the regular white. All right, so there is the puffin. Cutie cute. And I just want to give that a second to dry here. I've got just a few markers that I'm going to color with because puffins are black and white. The only color they have is on their beaks and their feet. Of course, he's wearing a party hat, so we'll color that. I am going to just do, I've got the light pool party, and I kind of, when I do white, I kind of like to just do a little bit of shading, and that will fade if you're even seeing it. It will blend in. So there you can kind of see it, but as that dries, it'll even be lighter, but it will just give it just that little touch of shading. And I'm going to leave the pom-pom white and the polka dots, so I should probably do just a little bit of that on those. There we go. So that's done. I'm using the same colors for everything except the hat that Martin used. I'm using dark pumpkin pie to color this part of his beak. And I'm doing his feet in pumpkin pie. Martin used Daffodil Delight, but I wanted him to have more of the orange beat. So thank you, Martin, so much for letting me recreate your card. I just thought it was such a cute card. Okay, this is Dark Daffodil Delight. And then I've got Dark Granny Apple Green. And I'm just going to give this guy a green party hat. And then I am going to use my Wink of Stella because I like to sparkle things up. And I'm just going to sparkle up the pom-pom and the polka dots on the hat. I did use my Wink of Stella here, and I went over all of those little stars. I think I colored them. Maybe I haven't done it yet. No, I haven't. So I'll do that while I have my pen out here. It will only take a few seconds. So I just like to lay them out and we can brush over them real quick. I put it on my silicone mat so I don't get it all over anything else. And I know that the glimmer doesn't really show up on the camera very well, but it does put a nice sparkle all over the stars. And having the brush tip just makes it really quick and easy. I'm just squeezing it there to get more of it to go down into the brush. Okay, and those are all glistened up there. You can set that aside. And then I'm just going to grab a pair of scissors. There's not a die set for this stamp set, but it's not too hard to fussy cut. So I'm just going to cut this little guy out real quick, and then we will put this card together. So yeah, you can totally go check out when you're done here and watch Martin make this card if you're interested. He's very fun to watch. I love his British accent. And one thing that he says that totally cracks me up, I am a big fan of the Andy Griffith Show. I guess I just come from that age group, but I love that show, and I've seen every episode probably more times than I would like to admit. But anyway, there's one episode where this guy visits there. I don't remember what brought him there actually, but he was like a butler type guy, and he was from, I forget what town he was from, but anyway, he was from the UK, and so he had his British accent, and I just remember always in that episode he said, "Aren't you kind? Aren't you kind?" And Martin says, "Aren't you lucky?" And I love that. But when he says, "Aren't you lucky?" it just reminds me of that episode of Andy Griffith. I get a kick out of it. And we all have things that we say that people find are, you know, different than what you're used to hearing wherever you live. It's just like I don't ever consider myself as having any type of accent. I live in Oregon, and I don't know, I don't feel like we have an accent here. But we went back to visit family one time in Michigan, and they were all getting a big kick out of our accent. And I was like, what accent? We don't have an accent. But apparently we do. Okay, so now I'm taking the top layer here, and I am going to be putting the white stars. I just loved that he did this white on white. And I'm just going to put them kind of in a triangle here on the card. And we're going to glue those down with some Tombow. So a little wet glue. All right. And let me move these little stars here and get my silicone mat under here, since I'm going to be going over the edge here. I don't want to get glue everywhere. All right, so we will put that one there. Now Martin didn't, he didn't put Wink Estella on his. It's just all in what you want. I just wanted to have that little bit of sparkle. Okay. So there is that. And I'm just going to take my scissors and snip off the parts that are hanging over. All right, now then, next, we're going to bring in our two little rectangles, and we're going to take the biggest one, and everything gets popped up on this card pretty much, except for those stars. So we're going to pop up this rectangle. I love the colors in this paper. All right, and I'm just going to put it kind of wonky here. Oh, I got my layer turned around there somehow. I thought, how come I'm covering my star up so much? Well, that's why. All right, I'm going to put it right there. And then this one's going to layer over the top, kind of like that. And since I've already got my dimensionals under here, I only want dimensionals on what's going to be the outside edge here. So let me see here. I think I'll put one down right about there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of Tombow along over here, just so that that won't flip up over there. There we go. All right. Now then, my circles. Where are my circles? Here they are. I'm gonna pop up this smaller one. Onto the bigger one. Now Martin popped this layer up, and I did on my first card, but that was just a little too much popping for me, I think, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this big one flat. if you're going to put it in the mail, having that many layers popped up is a little bit much. Because we're also going to put the puffin on there and pop him up. So let me go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to put 2 dimensionals there because he hangs over the circles. So cute. Okay, so let me set this aside and bring in my strip here and happy birthday stamped on there and embossed. And I'm just going to stamp it with Versamark, and then I'll be embossing it with white. So I'm using the happy birthday from the set. There's also Make a Wish, to someone who makes others happy, you're the best, and from all of us. But since this guy has a party hat on, I decided to go ahead and do the happy birthday. And hopefully I can get it on there without being too wonky. Fingers crossed. Doesn't look too bad. See a couple little stray bits there. Got them. I'm bringing in a tissue because I had put my embossing or my powder on there, and so after it's embossed I like to go back over and wipe that powder off, especially on black, because, well, any color really, but I just don't like it showing up there. Okay, now we'll bring this back in. And I'm going to use the mini dimensionals this time and put one on the back of each of these little stars. So we will have one down here. And one up here. And one there. Got embossing powder on my hands. Okay, and then I know I'll have to do some trimming. I want that to tuck in there, and it feels like it's, my circle ended up being right, or my dimensional is under there, but I've got enough room there. So I'm just trimming that off, and we will get that popped up leaving room for that to tuck in there, so I won't put my dot too close to the end. There we go. Now we can put this onto the card front. So it's going to get quite a few dots back here. I might have to bring out another sheet. Or maybe not. I think I want one right in the middle of each end here. There we go. Okay, there we go. I'm not going to put a greeting on the inside or a sentiment right now because I don't know who this is going to yet. So I'll hold off for that bit until I'm ready to give it to somebody. But there is the card. I just think it's adorable. And thank you again, Martin Stone, for letting me recreate the card that you made. There's the first one I did, pretty much the same. Not exact, but pretty darn close. I think it's so cute and fun. Thanks so much for joining me today, you guys. I will be live again on Friday. Well, probably not this week because we have friends coming to stay. I'm so looking forward to their visit. So, but I'll be back live again here next Tuesday. And typically I am live Fridays on my Facebook page, and that happens at 2 o'clock Pacific time. And you can find me there as JannaStamps, just like here on YouTube. So please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and if you want to shop for Stampin' Up! And you don't already have a demonstrator, there is the address to my store again. Have a great rest of the week, and I will see you all next time. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.